Cinnamon Sullivan.
And I'm Dr. Jeremy Collins. We're both anesthesiologists at Emory University in Atlanta. And we've been working with our partners at Georgia Tech down the road to create a box for intubation and extubation that will reduce aerosolation in the room. We have the box here. We like to call it the EmoTech box. And our goals in the design were to make a box that was both portable, safer than existing boxes that we see around the world, and also easier to clean. We're going to apply it onto the torso of the patient who's ready for intubation here.
This design has a latch so that it is secure when you're transporting it around the hospital. You lay it on the patient's bed, you lay it back so it doesn't hit the patient's head, and it very quickly comes up and rests on the armboards. Notice that these handles act as secure points. The weight of the box has to be slightly heavy for stability and also so that the lid will make contact with this rubber seal. One of the things we were worried about, as we said, was the aerosolization through the armholes. So everything we've used is stuff that we generally have in the ORs, including these sterile sleeves. They hook onto a rim. Notice that I've kept them outside while we're getting everything else ready. Once you're now ready to intubate or to assume the airway, your arms go into the sleeves. Now you have a completely sealed off area on the armholes. Aerosolization cannot come back through. And now we're ready to start intubating. You'll notice that there are some gaps at the bottom. Those are purposeful. Any aerosolization that occurs should drop down, if at all. Our patient does have a surgical mask on. This way you can also, should you need, have your colleagues pass things to you. We would typically have this already set aside. So just like regular intubation, you can go ahead and pre-oxygenate your patient. I'm going to go through this rapidly, but just to show the ease of use, I can see the glide scope. I can easily pick up things in the box. The reason we have such a high height is A, to be able to get the larger tubes so that there's a lot of clearance. Also, if you're using one of the video laryngoscopes that has the screen here on the blade, there's enough distance. The patient is now intubated. Blow up your cuff. One thing to note, this is open. Here in the operating rooms, what we've been doing is only anesthesia personnel are in the room during intubation. If there is a circulating nurse, they are also in their personal protective equipment that clearly we would have on during this entire procedure. Once it's time to get your hands free, but without pulling aerosolized particles back towards you, very carefully and slowly so that you do not pull it off the box. Pull your arms back. Everything here on both my right and my left hand is clean. So with my right hand, I'm going to go under my glove and pull that off. I'm going to go to the inside of my glove here, pull that off. Now this can just stay, keeping everything sealed for the time that you want the room exchange to occur and pull the aerosolized particles. Once you've reached that time for whatever it is for your institution, these can now just be pulled off and they are disposable, just throw them away.
As you can see in this shot, we've applied a surgical drape that's got an adhesive surface on the inside. This just makes it easier to contain aerosol from escaping from the open end of the lower end of the box. And we feel this may be required or helpful in situations especially outside the OR, such as in the ICU or in the emergency room.
Once you're finished, we realize that the inside of the box is contaminated. So, to handle that and realize that these handles are not contaminated, you flip that over, your colleague can wipe down the top. You might want to keep this box in your operating room for extubation later. Your colleague wipes down the top. These are clean. Fold it down. Now your colleague can take a clear drape. Now you can set it to the side for later use, or should it be needed elsewhere, hand it to someone outside to go ahead and clean and get ready for another room.
One thing that we didn't mention is that the width of the airway box allows us both to use it in the operating room and also in the ICU, where it fits perfectly along the width of the ICU bed. So to summarize, we present to you the Emory Georgia Tech or EmoTech Aerosol Box, which has advantages over other boxes because it's easier to clean, it's portable, and has enhanced containment of aerosol around the armhole.